Well, this is it. What do you think?
How'd you find it?
I got a flat tire on the way to Maine. Do you like it?
It's the kind of place you find when you have a flat tire.
I've leased it for a year. I'm gonna write my autobiography, and it's got the most beguiling name, Beaver Haven.
Well, don't misunderstand. It's a perfectly charming dump if you're only going to spend a week in sin.
I think it's perfect. And it has a garden. Do you know I've always wanted to grow tomatoes?
It's your frustrated maternal instinct.
And it's completely furnished.
That's what you say of a hotel room.
Well, you can't grow tomatoes in a hotel room. Oh, dear, yes, and I won't have to change a thing. Perfect. Oh, you know the problem with you, Tom? You have no affinity with the earth. You forget I was born on a farm.
You forget that you were hustled out to Hollywood when you were 2, and the nearest you've been to a farm since is Farmer's Market.
And that's your other problem. You're a cynic. You shouldn't have been my agent. You should have been a mortician.
I feel like a mortician when you bury yourself way off here in the sticks.
Well, this is going to be my rebirth. That's it. I don't want to die with people thinking I'm that idiot character I played on television.
What if somebody recognizes you here? You won't have a moment's peace.
How could anybody recognize me? I have never played any character that even looks like me. When I was 3, I was cast as Baby John, a boy. Do you remember Lassie? He was actually a male dog. Oh, was that Rin Tin Tin?
I wasn't born.
And after that, I played that Sister Sadie Carrier, that buck-toothed girl in Smithers Family. And the last 12 years, I played Grandma Gunter in Moonlight Mountain. So no one could recognize me. And don't tell me I can't grow tomatoes because Lord knows I've waded in enough manure.
Do you realize how much you made playing Grandma Gunter?
Oh, but I'm sure the government does.
And to think of the fortune I could get you for a new series. Got any aspirin?
Never again. In fact, I bought all of my old costumes. I'm going to bury them in the backyard. From now on, I'm going to be a real person.
You don't have to come 3,000 miles to be a real person.
What am I going to do, that on the coast? In Hollywood? Seriously. Do you know, out there, the sun just saps people of their sanity. The old ladies' home is called Lotus Land. There's a sign. We get free psychoanalysis with every hamburger. The bug killer says we kill all our customers. Do you know, I was in a parking lot and there was a sign on a car that said, "A blind man drives this car." So I waited half an hour, see who comes out. Sells Venetian blinds.
Oh, come on, Myra. It isn't any worse than any place else.
And my name isn't Myra. Myra Marlowe is dead. From now on, I'm using my real name.
Good Lord, I'd forgotten you had a real name.
That's what I mean. You've been my agent for 20 years. To you, I'm just Myra Marlowe, a name that was made up over lunch and a pizza pie.
All I remember, it's the kind of name you forget. Myrtle, something or other horrible.
Myrtle Dirtle. And don't say a thing. It's the only thing about me that's real.
My God, your mother must have been phonetically deaf.
My mother liked flowers.
My mother loves sweet peas, but she didn't name me one.
Myrtle Marigold Dirtle. A real name, not one of those phony names they make up for those moronic TV shows.
Mert rhymes with dirt. Well, you ought to be able to grow tomatoes.
And I will. That's it. I'm going to be little Myrtle Dirtle. No one will know who I am or what I'm doing. I will just sit and write the book about my life on the boob tube. And don't forget, Myrtle rhymes with fertile.
When I'm back on the coast, I'll think of you fondly as Fertile Myrtle Dirtle.
Oh, Tom, stop it. I'm going to finally be living amongst honest people.
Oh, Myra, Mert. I know you, sweetheart. You get these compulsions. I've seen you take up everything from yoga to yogurt. Remember when you were going to adopt a Navajo baby?
That's exactly what I'm talking about. That was me trying to find something real, something true I could believe in. Oh, I would have made a lousy Navajo mother.
All right, so you're going to be a writer. Where have I heard that before?
I am, and every morning I'm going to work. I'm going to dictate my story into this little Japanese thingamabob.
That I've got to see. Wasn't it Yeats who said there are 1,000 things that tempt me from this craft of writing?
Well, I know. I mean, that's why I kind of came up with this idea. I kind of recorded this little conversation so that it would inspire me every day. Just listen.
Good morning, dear.
That's my other self. Good morning. I thought we should start on a cheerful note.
What's your name, dear?
Myrtle, marigold, dirtle. That's so I can get used to saying it.
You should live so long.
And what are we here for, Myrtle, dear?
To live a good life, work hard, and find inner happiness.
And raise tomatoes.
Just what kind of work are you going to do, dear?
We are going to write a book.
Not we, dear, you.
Do you go on calling yourself dear?
Well, yes, it makes me think someone cares.
What kind of a book are you writing, dear?
The story of Myrtle Dirtle, or So Far, So Good.
Are you going to let anything distract you?
Only death.
You forgot to call yourself dear.
I corrected it.
Sorry about that, dear.
Carry on.
Are you sorry to have given up Hollywood, dear?
Are you crazy?
Someone is.
Are we going to work faithfully every day, dear?
Every day at 6:30.
Myrtle, dear, you know very well you haven't been up at 6:30 since the morning you were born. And that was 7:30.
Put that in so you know you can't fool yourself.
You fooled me.
How many hours, dear?
4.
Say 8.
No, 4. You can't let your alter ego control your life.
Well, goodbye and good luck. Nice talking to you, dear.
You too.
You know, I think you were right to hide it up here. It's time you got out of circulation.
It's just, I think when a person looks back on their life, they should do it with a sense of humor.
Why don't you take 3 more voices? Then you could play bridge.
Oh, Tom, could you do me a favor?
Call a good psychiatrist.
No, I need some of my basic needs. You know, sugar, salt, bread, butter, eggs, and a copy of the Reader's Digest.
I doubt if I could ever get your basic needs at a grocery store.
It's oh, wait. I don't need any cream, though, because I want to lose weight.
Why not? You've lost everything else, including your sanity.
All right, we're going to try this again.
Good morning, dear.
Oh, shut up.
What's your name, dear?
Lassie, what's yours?
And what are we here for, Myrtle, dear?
I've always wanted to be a madam.
Just what kind of work are you going to do, dear?
We're going to open a house of ill repute.
Not we, dear, you. What kind of a book are you writing, dear?
Pornographic.
Are you going to let anything distract you?
Oh, only drugs, sex, alcohol, anything along those lines will be perfectly fine.
We rang, but no one answered. But we heard voices.
Sorry about that, dear.
Oh, I was just practicing my Spanish lesson. Buenos dias.
We're the hospitality ladies.
I'm Cora Gump. I live catty-cornered from you on Pussy Willow.
And I'm Reba Harper. I live right behind you on Coolidge.
Clara Thrump was going to come too, but she ain't a bad oyster.
Well, I'm Myra. I'm Myrtle. I'm Mrs. Dirtle. It's nice to meet you. Do come in.
Cora, who does her voice remind you of?
Not only that, they look alike.
Well, they could be sisters.
It's uncanny.
Mrs. Dirtle, do you know who you look like?
Everybody?
My daughter's music teacher.
A woman, I hope?
A lovely woman, tone deaf.
Now, we've brought you some hospitality baskets.
Just some basic things.
Sugar, salt, bread, butter, eggs, and a copy of the Reader's Digest.
And a jar of my tomatoes I put up last summer.
Oh, I adore tomatoes. I'm hoping to grow some of my own.
Oh, it was a bad year for tomatoes. Cutworms, mealybugs, aphids. Oh, white fly, black spot, and blossom rot. But I cut all the bad parts out.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm sure I'll enjoy them.
Well, just a little something to welcome you and your husband to Beaver Haven.
Oh, that wasn't my husband. That's just a friend from California helping me get settled in.
Oh, but you are married, aren't you?
Divorced.
Any children?
No. I almost adopted once.
Well, I'm sure you'll love it here in Beaver Haven. It's a lovely place. No crime, no scandal.
Well, except for the Becca boy.
Cora, we don't mention that.
Who's the Becker boy?
A farmer's son, not Cora. Why did you go and bring that up? Mrs. Dirtle's going to get the wrong impression of our morals.
What did the Becker boy do?
Well, you know how little boys can be.
No, I don't. How can they be?
Well, growing up on a farm, you can imagine,
With an animal.
Cora!
You mean
Well, they tried to.
Well, the whole family are atheists. What could you expect?
what kind of an animal?
A turkey.
Cora! It was not a turkey. I was at the trial.
William A. Wilcox told me it was a turkey.
They didn't even raise turkeys.
Well, if it wasn't a turkey, what was it then?
I am not going to say. Those poor Beckers have suffered enough.
Does this Becker boy live close to me?
Oh, no, not anymore. He grew up and joined the Navy.
That's a good thing.
It's a decent community, really. You don't even have to lock your doors, unless, of course, you sleepwalk.
Pity the Beckers didn't lock their chicken coop.
Cora!
Well, why would William A. lie to me?
Oh, you know how William A. Wilcox is.
Who's Willem A. Wilcox?
A lovely person. Colorblind.
Oh, she's mad as a hatter. Did you notice that first house when you turned left off of Coolidge? The one with the purple shutters and the geraniums and milk cans?
And the plaster dwarf sitting on the toadstool?
That's William A.
Now, I wouldn't be too friendly with her if I were you.
You can say that again.
Why not?
Oh, well, now, I don't like to gossip.
Well, what'd she do?
Well, are you a Pisces?
No, actually, I'm a Gemini.
Oh, well, that's good. Because she hates anybody who's a Pisces. It's an obsession with her.
Why is that?
Her husband was a Pisces.
What did he do?
It's what she did to him.
What did she do?
Well, now, I don't like to gossip. But do you believe in such things as witches?
Oh, I'm one myself.
No, I mean real witches. The kind that cast evil spells.
And put stick pins in their enemies to make them die.
Oh, Cora. They don't stick pins in their enemies. They put them in little pictures or little dolls of them.
Makes no difference. They die anyhow.
She's that kind of a witch?
Oh, well, now, we can't prove it. And we certainly don't have witch trials anymore.
More's the pity. But when he died, they found his picture full of pins and needles.
Didn't she like him?
Oh, they didn't speak for years.
Slept together, though.
Well, why didn't they speak?
Oh, he did something spiteful. No, I don't like to talk about these things.
What did he do?
Flushed her goldfish down the toilet.
Why?
Well, he said he couldn't stand the way they were staring at him.
I wouldn't want to be on the wrong side of her.
You can say that again.
I wouldn't want to be on the wrong side of her.
Well, this is certainly going to be a very interesting place with all these interesting people. Could you tell me how far is it to the dam?
What dam?
Where the beavers are?
There are no beavers here.
Well, then who was Beaver Haven named after?
Oh, it was named after an Indian.
Chief Big Beaver.
You mean there aren't any little beavers?
There aren't even any Indians. Just a few skunk.
Well, I don't think I'd want to live in a place called Skunk Haven.
Well, darling, I'm sure you're going to love it here. And don't you worry about Willa May. Unless, of course, you give her your picture.
And some pins and needles.
Well, I'm certain you want to get settled. So we'll just be on our way.
So Willa May not only has a bad temper, she has a bad dog. So don't walk past her house unless you're carrying a big stick.
I won't walk past her house at all.
And remember, if you need anything, I'm just catty-cornered on Pussy Willow.
And I'm right behind you on Coolidge. Oh, and one more thing. If a big man comes by with stooped shoulders, about 6.5 feet tall, carrying an axe and big bushy beard, just don't let him in.
I'm not bloody well likely to.
That's Mr. Piney.
Oh, he is an awful bore. He chops wood and sells manure.
Smells bad, too.
Let him in, you will never be rid of him.
It's even harder to get rid of his smell.
Oh,
He traps skunks.
oh, well, thank you so much for all the information, ladies. It's been very helpful.
We are the hospitality ladies.
Oh dear. We are gonna have to try this one more time.
Good morning, dear.
It started out that way.
What's your name, dear?
Mud.
And what are we here for, Myrtle dear?
Dog dodging, witch hunting, and needlework.
Just what kind of work are you going to do, dear?
I think we're going to write a book about the universality of insanity.
Not we, dear, you.
Oh no, I am definitely gonna need your help on this one.
Who are the two biddies that just left?
The Happiness Girls. They do a community commercial.
No, really?
Yeah, actually, they're neighbors. One lives catty corner on Pussy Willow, and the other one lives behind me.
You're in a bad spot.
You won't believe the things that they told me. Do you know there's a witch on my block?
I was married to one.
And guess who Beaver Haven was named after?
Gloria DeHaven.
Oh, an Indian, Chief Big Beaver. And the scandal, you know what they told me?
Someone seduced a church organist with an apple?
No, a naughty little boy and a turkey.
Heaven help us. Isn't Thanksgiving sacred anymore?
And do you remember that house we passed, the one with the plaster dwarf sitting in the front yard?
You want one for Christmas?
The lady in there killed her husband by sticking him with pins.
My ex-wife was always doing that, only she used nails.
You don't seem very impressed.
I've been in television too long. Sweetie, why don't you keep this?
Morning, ma'am.
Who are you?
Piney.
Oh,
I rang.
I didn't hear you.
I figured you didn't.
I was upstairs.
I figured you was.
What can I do for you?
See this?
That's an axe.
I chop wood.
How nice. Outside, all that fresh air.
Needing it.
Well, I just moved in, so I really haven't given it much thought.
I don't see none.
Well, that's something you usually think about in the fall time, not in the spring.
Cost more.
Well, I'll take a few sticks if you have some with you.
$10 a cord.
That sounds reasonable enough. It's not like I'm burning money.
15 come winter.
Penny saved is a penny earned. I'll take $10 worth.
Dumped or stacked.
Do I have to decide now?
Sure would.
It doesn't matter.
You say
Stacked.
cost more.
I thought it might. How much more?
2 bits.
I think I can handle that. We've got a deal.
Breakfast.
No, ain't breakfast.
Breakfast? Why breakfast?
I come early.
All the way from back cave, how early?
6.
Well, can't you come at 8?
Kill hogs at 8.
Well, perhaps in the afternoon would be better.
Not for me.
Why not?
I trap skunks.
Well, I've placed my order. You can bring the wood anytime. I really do need to get back to work.
Pine or spruce?
Yes, I work.
How? You work?
I'm a writer.
Horseback?
Not a writer, a writer. I write.
What?
A book? You have read a book?
The Bible.
Well, mine's kind of historical. It's an autobiography.
Auto what?
The story of my life.
That's a story.
It's getting to be. Well, I'm afraid I really don't have any more time, Mr. Piney.
Why are you afraid?
Why are you afraid?
I'm getting older, my arteries are hardening, and you probably have someplace to go.
Already went.
I know, you're waiting to be paid.
Wood's not here yet.
Well, let me go ahead and take care of it, and then you can deliver at any time. How would you like to be paid?
In my hand.
I meant cash or check. You do know what a check is.
Sure, I'll check your Jimmy.
No, wait, that's not what I meant.
Needs cleaned.
I'll call you
When?
later.
Cost more.
I'll be very busy this winter. Just think your hogs are probably waiting for you.
Pine or spruce?
Whatever's handy.
Oak's good.
Okay, then bring me oak.
Dogwood's better.
It really doesn't matter.
Sure does.
As long as it's wood.
Spruce sparks, oak smokes, dogwood dries, and pine pops.
Okay, well, bring me a little of each.
Locust is better.
Then bring me a cord of locust.
Don't grow here.
Mr. Piney, pinewood, dogwood, I don't care. As long as it burns, it doesn't matter.
All burns.
Okay, Mr. Piney, I'm afraid I have to go now. It's been a pleasure. I'm sure everyone in Batcave is wondering where this wonderful man is. For sure the hogs are looking for you. It has been a pleasure meeting you.
My pleasure.
Okay. Where was I? Oh, yes. I was born, and when I was about 3 years old, my mother took me to Hollywood.
Need manure?
No,
Got a garden?
later.
Costs more.
Okay, bring me a few pounds of manure.
$6 a yard.
Bring me 1.5 yards of manure.
Horse or cow?
Reindeer or buffalo, it doesn't matter.
Matters what you plant.
Mr. Piney, I am a very nervous one. And if you don't leave right now, they are going to hear me scream all the way in Batcave. Is that what you want?
Nope.
All right, let's try this again. Well, I played the character of Baby John until I was 9 years old, and I didn't look like a boy anymore. And actually, did that role with a talking horse that was 5 years older than me. After that, I played that Sister Sadie in the Smithers Family. Bucktooth, big glasses, real idiot. Oh my gosh, I really hope no one has ever seen that show. They actually made a Sis Sadie doll. You wound it up and its bloomers dropped. Lets you know the level of comedy I was dealing with in those days. Is it Turtle? Yes. Who are you?
I'm Willa Mae Wilcox. Am I interrupting anything?
Well, yes, as a matter of fact.
Oh, I won't stay long.
Well, come in.
I've been over a lot sooner, but the signs were wrong.
The signs?
Are you a Pisces?
No, Gemini.
Oh, that's good. That's very, very good. We can become good friends. Good friends. Really good friends. I think I was followed. Nobody likes me in this town.
Oh, isn't that hard to believe? It's a lovely dwarf in your front yard. Did you make it?
What dwarf?
The one sitting on a toadstool.
That's a statue of my husband.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. That is the last thing I would want to do.
Oh, you didn't offend me. My husband was a mental dwarf. Everything about him was little. I put that statue out there just to spite him.
Well, Mrs. Harper, Mrs. Gump did mention something
What'd
about
they say?
only the nicest things. Would you like some tea?
I never touch it except to tell fortunes.
Ah, they did mention that you were gifted.
Oh, I'm not gifted. I'm a colt.
Oh, yeah, I think that's what they said.
And I suppose you think that's foolish nonsense.
Oh, no. I have a lot of friends who are occult.
What'd you think about that Reba Harper?
She seemed very nice.
She's a Scorpio. That's a scorpion. Would you trust a scorpion?
Well, she didn't give me any reason not to. She spoke very highly of you.
Oh, did she? What'd she say?
Nice things, very, very nice things.
That's funny,
Well, why is that?
because we don't speak.
Oh, well, it was more implied. She spoke highly of your needlework.
Let me see your hands.
My what?
His things hanging at the end of your arms.
Oh, okay. What?
I'd like to see your hand palm up, please.
Do you read palms?
I read palms, tea leaves, fortunes, dreams, cards, coffee grounds, past, the future, and spider webs.
Let's keep you very busy.
Oh, aha,
What is it?
just as I thought.
What?
How old are you?
Let's just say I voted for Dewey.
Spread your fingers. Were you near death in 1959?
No, why?
Well, your lifeline stops there. According to your hand, you should be dead. Let me see your other hand.
I'm left-handed, does that matter?
Not to me. Oh, here it is. It picks right up in your other hand here. Oh.
What's the matter?
Do you know Macbeth?
Macbeth who?
Here's the smell of blood still, and all the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand.
There's blood on my hands? Is somebody gonna be murdered?
What time is it?
Central Pacific
Oh,
Standard?
never mind. I have a clock in my head. It's time for my seance. I'm bringing my husband back.
I thought you didn't speak.
Well, we don't, but he forgot to tell me where he hid the deed to the house.
You were gonna leave with murder on my hands?
Now, I'll be back after I talk to my husband. I'm just going to sneak out the back way. There's a lot of nosy people around here. Out, damn spot! That's Shakespeare. Auf Wiedersehen. That's German.
Crazy. Right out of that cave. This may just be the most interesting part of my life. Okay. After playing Sister Sadie for several centuries, that's a time period, not a studio, I was cast. You've got to be kidding. Oh, I'm in. Laura, what's wrong, dear?
Can I speak to you for a moment?
Sure, come on in.
Do you have a handkerchief?
I have tissues.
Oh, thank you.
Poor thing. What's wrong? you like a drink?
Scotty Scotch.
Yes, I just got a bottle. It helps to kill the snakes. Here you go. Do you want water?
Never touch it.
Oh, I guess it's good if you're a goldfish.
May I?
Oh, it's a full bottle.
I'm really a teetotaler.
I can see that.
I hope you don't mind my bothering you. But I just had to talk to someone and you're just catty-cornered.
Pussy Willow, so tell me what happened.
You won't believe me.
Oh, I'll believe anything.
I'm just too humiliated to talk about it.
Well, have another drink.
Well, if you insist. You won't tell Reba Harper, will you?
Scout's honor.
May I? I knew you were real the moment I met you.
A real what?
Real person, real understanding.
I can't be understanding until you give me something to understand.
My husband hit me.
Hard?
Right in the mouth. Oh, my lips swollen.
Not yet. Did he use his fist?
Oh, Whitworth would never use his fist.
Would he use a frying pan?
His newspaper, the Beaver Haven Herald. Can you imagine?
Yes. I'd just be glad it wasn't the Sunday Times. That would have knocked your brains out.
May I? And I didn't do a thing.
Well, you must have said something.
I didn't say anything. I just threw a cup of coffee in his face.
Before or after?
Before.
Why?
Oh, he called me a name.
Well, what'd he call you?
Oh, I don't know you well enough.
Have another drink.
Just a splash. I think my bridge is broken.
Okay, so what did he call you?
I'll just write it on a piece of paper. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Should I lock the doors? Oh, well.
I hope you could read my handwriting.
Yeah. Anthropologically, that's true of all women.
But I'm his wife.
You must have done something to provoke him.
I didn't do anything. When he refused to eat my soup, I called him a name.
Ah, what did you call him?
Oh, I don't know you well enough.
Just write it.
I'm not sure of the spelling. I heard a man call another man this in the movies. They say anything nowadays. Don't look at me while you read it.
Ah, I think it should be hyphenated.
But you know what it means, don't you?
I've been to the movies. Is he?
Well, when you're mad, it doesn't matter.
Now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, so what started it?
Well, he lost his temper when he found a fly in his soup.
Well, what did he want, a butterfly?
If he'd have put those screens up like that when I asked him to, there wouldn't have been any flies in the house. Oh, what am I gonna do?
Well, just drain the soup and serve it to him again.
Oh, no. I'm never going back.
Well, where will you go?
Could I stay here with you for a few days?
You mean move in?
Why not?
You didn't bring a toothbrush.
I'll just use my finger.
I'm afraid that wouldn't work out, Mrs. Gump.
Why not?
I don't have any place for you to stay.
You have an extra bedroom by the back stairs.
It's being used.
For what?
My sister's staying in it.
You've got a sister?
Ever since she was born.
What? Where did she come from?
Oh, Mrs. Gump, I don't think I have to tell you where babies come from.
Why haven't we met her?
She doesn't leave her room.
Is she an invalid?
Yes and no.
Why can't she leave her room?
Well, you see, when she was a child, she fell off of her horse, bumped her head, and it left her with the mind of a child in the body of a woman.
Oh, is she violent?
Only to strangers.
Oh, you poor woman. I knew there was something odd about you the minute I met you. I said to myself, there's something odd about her, something very odd about her.
You can say that again.
I just did. What's her name?
Sis Sadie.
Does she go out?
Oh, no, I couldn't risk it.
Well, what does she do all day?
Well, she has a pair of scissors, and every morning I take her the newspaper and she cuts the heads off of all the people.
Oh my goodness. Well, I could understand why you'd want to be alone. I wouldn't dream of imposing on you. Could I have one more for the road?
Take the bottle.
Oh, you're a saint, a living saint.
That's nice.
And I like you
Thank you.
very much. Very, very much.
Well, maybe now you will understand why I'm not so sociable.
Oh, well, yes, and you know what you are? You're a saint. You're just a living saint.
Not that way. The door is this way.
Oh, okay. Well, goodbye, dear, and thank you ever so much for the tea.
Well, now I've done it. I've opened my big mouth, but maybe now I'll get some privacy. All right, let's see. The next role I was going to play was... Oh, this has got to stop. Oh. Obscene answering service. Oh, Mrs. Harper, I didn't know that you had my phone number. Oh, you've made me a pie. And you want to bring it over. I could come get it. You're on the way, it's still hot. Okay, yep, well. All right, just come right in. Thank you so much. I have got to put a stop to this. Well, I've put my toe in the water. I might as well dive right in. All right. Sister Myrtle! I got my door unlocked. I got out. You got someone down there that's come to put me away. If anyone's down there, I'll kill them. I'll cut their ears off. I've got my scissors.
Yoo-hoo! Mrs. Durdle? It's me, Reba Harper. Where are you?
I'll be right down. Make yourself at home. I'm sorry. I had to take care of my sister.
Oh, you have a sister visiting you?
Yes, Sis Sadie. Oh, is this the pie?
You never mentioned a sister. Is she upstairs?
I usually don't. Oh, it's still warm.
Is she upstairs?
Oh, look! You've carved Myrtle in the crust. Huh.
Does she live with you?
I've never had anyone write my name in crust before.
Well, why don't you invite your sister downstairs and she can have a slice of the pie with us?
Oh, no, she'd eat the whole thing. Are those your own gooseberries? Do you peel them?
Nobody peels gooseberries.
Oh, my sister does.
Well, that's odd behavior. Oh, is she pregnant?
Oh, no, she still plays with dolls.
How old is she?
Oh, she's my age.
And she plays with dolls? That's strange.
Well, she kind of had an accident when she was a girl. Left her with the mind of a child in the body of a woman.
I knew there was something tragic in your life the moment I met you. I said to myself, there is something tragic in that woman's life.
You have no idea. Oh. I think I might have a piece of this pie right now. As long as I keep strangers away, it's really not a problem. We did have to move once. She got out. Terrible situation.
Now you do not fool me, Mrs. Durdle.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
You're tied hand and foot. You didn't want us to find out the truth about you.
Well, it's not that bad, but I think you put your finger on something there.
Your entire life was ruined by a horse and you're all alone. Well, you know what, darling? You can pour your heart out to me. I brought my knitting, and me and you are going to spend the entire day here talking about your problems.
It's really not that bad. It's just like keeping a caged tiger. I mean, as long as the tiger's in the cage, everything's fine.
Now, I know my Christian duty. Cry if you feel like it.
Oh, I do. You know, I think I'm gonna just put this pie in the kitchen. I'll just be a minute.
Well, you take your time, honey.
All right.
And now you shouldn't ought to feel badly, Mrs. Durdle. This kind of thing happens to the best of families, particularly up around Boston. You know, we had a case just like yours here in Beaver Haven back in 1946. No, it was actually 1947, because that was a bad year for tomatoes. Anyway.
No.
There was this family named Plank that moved here from Duck Pond. Sabrina Plank, and she was a pepper before she was a plank. She had a little boy that they called Splinter. Anyhow, he fell out of the butternut tree and landed right on his head. Dr. Greenleaf, he's dead now. Dr. Greenleaf put a plate in the boy's head. And ever since that day, electricity gave him a terrible headache. But you know, he did just develop the loveliest complexion. I think I'd trade what brains I have for a nice complexion like that any day. I thought you went to the kitchen.
Oh, I just took my sister a piece of pie.
Well, I've got our entire day planned out. I'm gonna fix your lunch and your dinner too. I do wonderful things with beans.
Sister Myrtle.
Oh no, I must have forgotten to latch the door.
I got my door unlocked. I got out.
This is terrible. I better go catch her before she comes down to us.
You've got someone down there that's come to put me away.
There's no one here, dear.
If anybody's down there, I'll kill them. I'll cut their ears off. I've got my scissors.
Well, I better go up and make sure she gets back in her room. You can wait right here. I shouldn't be very long. I've studied judo.
Hello, Cora. Are you sitting down? Well, then sit. I have something terrible to tell you. Now, when you met Mrs. Durdle, did you think there was something odd about her? Oh, you did? Well, I know why. Did you know she has a crazy sister she hides up in the attic? You did? Well, do you remember those murders committed in Boston a few years ago? Wait a minute. Those murders were committed with a pair of scissors. Now wait a minute. Now, Cora, it wouldn't surprise me if this crazy sister of hers did it, and Mrs. Durdle is hiding her here. You know, I said to myself the minute I met that woman, she is hiding something. Oh, you did too. But that is not all, Cora. Wait a minute. Cora, you're not going to believe what else I found over here. There are dirty words written on pieces of paper. Well, for heaven's sake, Cora, I'm not going to repeat them over a party line. Well, the May Wilcox could be listening in. And now, if you're listening in, Willa May, you may as well just go and hang up, because they're not about you. Did you hear that, Claire? All right. Well, the words are... Wait a minute. Okay, cool. The first word was... Well, I'm not going to shout it. It's too embarrassing. Look, I got them in with my knitting. I'll just bring the bag over to your house. I hope I am not run over and have them found on my body, Cole.
I caught you!
Oh, you must be that pretty little sister I heard so much about.
What are you doing here?
I'm here visiting your sister, Mrs. Myrtle Dirtle.
What?
Friend.
No, you're not.
Oh, yes, I am. I brought her gooseberry pie.
I hate gooseberry pie.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
I know who you are.
I'm Reba Harper. I'm dead mother.
You've come to take me away.
On a picnic. Would you like to go on a picnic, sweetheart? Mrs. Dirtle!
I'm locked in the bathroom.
Oh, well, that wasn't very nice. You're a nice girl, aren't you? Would you like to play tiddlywinks?
You know what I'm gonna do with these?
Oh, nothing bad, I'm sure. You're far too sweet, pretty to do anything bad.
I'm gonna cut yours off.
No, you're not. You stay away from me, stink back, you nasty, crazy girl. Help! Murder! Help!
Sister Sadie rise again. Best performance I ever gave. Snip, snip.
Anybody home? Star of stage, screen, television in Beaver Haven. Myra, Murder Dirtle, it's Loverboy. Come out wherever you are. Your house is on fire. Where the hell is she? At least she's been working.
Sister Myrtle.
I'll join you. Oh, Sister Myrtle.
I got my door unlocked. I got out.
Then come on down. I'm waiting.
You got someone down there that's come to put me away.
Sure, me, in a TV series.
If anybody's down there, I'll kill them. I'll cut their ears off. I've got my scissors.
What the hell's going on here?
Oh, Tom, what are you doing here?
Would you mind explaining what that is all about?
Oh, it's too complicated. Where'd you come from?
New York. I called at least 20 times. No answer.
Oh, I don't answer the phone anymore.
Then why have you got it?
Someone might call. So, what brings you east?
You. Will you please explain that?
Okay, when I first got here, no one would leave me alone. So I created my crazy sister, put her on a tape recorder. When anybody comes by, I put the tape recorder up there and have a conversation with her, and it scares people away.
You almost scared me away. Getting any work done?
Writing every day. I'm up to my wedding day.
What are you made up for? Little Bo Peep?
Oh, well, actually, it's my break. My 10:30 break. I go work on tomatoes.
I knew you went Joan of Arc. She didn't wear a hat.
Well, you wouldn't want me to go outside in Dior, would you? Not digging dirt.
You, I would. And with a flashlight at night.
Oh, you know, Tom, it is the most amazing thing. You plant these little seeds in the ground, water them, and you watch them slowly reach their way towards the sun. And then one day, you go outside, and there's a baby tomato.
You make it sound like the Nativity.
It is the most wonderful thing. And today I went out there, and I got my very first tomato.
That's your entire crop?
Well, yes, I mean, I'm still learning. I didn't know about the manure, and I put too much in, so all my tomatoes just went straight to leaves. Oh, well.
I'll bet it cost you at least $15 to grow that one tomato.
Well, 18, but you can't eat money, can you? And the joy it gives me going outside and seeing all those green leaves.
Oh, Myra, why are you wasting your time and talent here when you could be doing something really important?
You know, I found this great bug killer. It's called rhododendron. Kills everything.
And that's why I'm here. CBS wants you for a terrific new series.
Yep, it kills beetles and bugs and fleas, everything. It's really perfect.
It's a sensational idea. There's never been anything like it before on television.
You know, the only problem was I used fresh manure, and that just kills all the buds. I murdered my babies.
CBS thinks so much of this new idea that they're putting 15 writers on it. That's 2 more than the president has.
Murdered my own little beans.
To hell with your beans. Listen to what they've come up with. Every actress in Hollywood is going to want to cut her throat when they hear you've got the role.
That does sound tempting.
This is the character you believe. She's real. You love her. You identify with her.
Mary Magdalene.
Nah, the Bible is dead as box office. This is today. And what today is all about, it's now.
Animal, vegetable, or mineral.
Crime. It's everywhere. So we start off with a built-in audience, but it's a male audience. So you know how we hook a female audience? Guess what our protagonist is? Think big.
A lady gorilla.
You're a detective. The first female detective we've had on television.
It took 15 writers to come up with that idea. It only took 12 to write the Bible.
Oh, but you haven't heard the best part.
I know I've heard the worst part.
You're blind.
You're kidding.
It's a fantastic idea. Dig this. You've been blind since childhood, so you've had to develop your sense of touch, your sense of smell, and your sense of hearing. You see things that escape other people. You're an inspiration to the handicapped and the woman's lib. And we start out with built-in sympathy. Who could hate a blind woman detective?
I could.
Nothing will be spared.
Except me.
They'll give you Fort Knox.
They'll have to.
It's got universal appeal. It doesn't offend anyone.
Except the blind.
It's got to be a winner. Doesn't alienate. It's not controversial. It shuns touchy subjects and skirts involvement.
Who would sponsor something like this? The United Nations?
We've already got a sponsor. Hallmark.
Hallmark. Oh, God. I'm not buying any more wrapping paper.
There are no fools. It opens up another market. Christmas cards in Braille.
I'm not buying any more Christmas cards.
In other words, it doesn't grab you.
Not at all.
Stinks, doesn't it?
It does.
I agree. It's the lousiest idea anyone ever had.
Then why did you bring it to me?
Myra, I'd do anything to get you back on the coast. I miss you like hell. I knew you wouldn't go for it, but I thought, at least I'd try.
Tom, I adore you, but that part of my life is over. Done. I'm never going back.
Spurn for tomato.
You know what I did yesterday?
Sprayed your garden for cutworms?
No. I took all my old costumes and I buried them in the backyard.
Always the actress.
Well, I did want to make an event out of it, but it's just like, it's dead, it's buried, it's over. That part of my life is done.
Did you give your own eulogy?
I was going to, but it started to rain. So, tell me about yourself. You still seeing that horrible blonde with a lisp?
She does not have a lisp. It's just a slight whistle.
Well, sure helps when she's calling taxi cabs and dogs and waiters.
Why are you always so bitchy about the women who find me irresistible?
Well, why do you always find these nitwits? None of them are worthy of you.
I agree with you, but I'm a sexy Boy Scout.
Well, I wish I'd met you when I was 19. I really could have made something out of you.
Yeah, an alcoholic. Well, since you won't be my wife or a blind detective, I might as well get back to my whistling blonde.
You sure you don't want to stay? I'll share my tomato with you.
Share your life with me and you got a deal.
Tom, I'm not 19. I'm not blonde. And I can't whistle.
Are you really happy here?
Absolutely.
No problems?
Simple problems for a simple life.
And you could use a man around the house?
Not a tomcat.
In that case, I'll leave you to your rural paradise. May you stagnate in grace and beauty.
Thank you. Come on, I'll walk you out. I don't want the neighbors to think you left me in bed.
You in? You out? You here?
A blind detective. Oh, let me see. I can hear anything. Somebody drop a pin. Oh, yes. It was a 34 bazooka. I know the smell of bazooka. Yes, I can find the guilty party. I can tell by his body temperature. It will change. Oh, that's a chair. Oh, yes, the smell. Is somebody bringing a horse?
Play acting?
Yes, and now what are you doing here?
Watching you.
What do you want?
Nothing.
Why are you here?
You like nuts?
Some of my best friends are... What kind?
Hickory.
Where did you get them?
Hickory tree?
Ah, well, I don't know what I'd do with so many nuts.
Stuff a turkey.
I do wish you hadn't said that.
Want 'em?
Well, I couldn't just take them. You must let me give you something for them.
What?
Would $1 be too insulting?
Sure would.
Too little?
Too much.
Oh, well, what are they worth then?
2 bits.
I think in the jet set that's 25 cents. Alrighty, let me see. There you go. Is that enough?
Nope.
That's what you told me.
Yep.
So why do you want more?
Gunny sack?
Oh, I thought that was a fringe benefit. How much for the gunny sack?
Dime.
Alrighty, let me see. Oh, I don't have a dime. I have a postage stamp.
Nope.
You could write a letter.
I can't write.
Okay, well just dump them in my dishwasher and keep the gunny sack. Gotta get back to work here.
Need manure?
No, I still have several handfuls.
Got a hammer?
What do I need a hammer for?
Crack nuts.
I'll use a rock.
Want my axe?
No, really, I'll find something.
I'll help.
Mr. Gunny, you'll ruin your teeth.
Ain't yet.
Oh, really, that's way too much service for 2 bits. Then I really need to get back to work.
Go ahead.
I can't concentrate with you sitting here cracking your molars.
Why not?
Mr. Piney, you ever met my sister?
Can't say.
Oh, you remember. We have to keep her locked up. Do you know why?
Nope.
Well, she's not quite right in the head. Do you know what that means?
Nope.
She got out once, cut a man's ear off.
Which one?
Well, I think I'd better just go check on her. We really wouldn't want her to get out. Just, yeah, you stay here and play with
Need
your
me
nuts.
help?
No, I can do it. You just scare her. You play with your nuts. One second, Mr. Piney. She likes music. You're still here?
Ain't went.
How's the hog business going?
Lousy.
And the skunk trapping?
Stinks.
I wish I'd said that.
Sister Myrtle.
That's me. That's my sister.
I got my door unlocked. I got out.
Oh no, I must have forgotten to latch the door.
You've got someone down there that's come to put me away.
She must have heard you cracking nuts.
If anybody's down there, I'll kill them. I'll cut their ears off. I've got my scissors.
Oh, this is terrible. I better get upstairs and try to lock her up again. Now, if she happens to come down through the kitchen, you can always run out the front door. What are you doing here?
Hi.
Get out!
Why?
I'll cut your ears off.
Reckon not.
Who's gonna stop me?
Me.
I got my scissors. What? Hey, give me them back! What?
bite you back.
Stop treating me like that.
Stop it, you stop it.
I think I'll go back upstairs and find my sister and send her back.
Nope.
But, you can't hold me here.
Yep.
What if she doesn't come back?
Why not?
Oh, lots of reasons. I better go find her.
Yeah.
Well, please, sir.
We'll wait.
I'm very high-strung and spirited, and I'm gonna throw up.
Go ahead.
I need a drink of water.
Nope.
What if I just kick you and run away?
I'll whoop you.
Wait! Help! Mrs. Go! Mrs. Harper! I'm being killed! You should have done it! My sister will have you arrested for laying your hands on this person.
Tell her.
I will! Just you wait!
Sit.
No, you shouldn't have done that. I'm crazy.
Who ain't?
My sister's probably gone to the police.
We'll see.
You know, you have to go to the bathroom.
Hold it.
You don't know this, but I'm very nervous and high-strung.
You're spoiled.
And I also have a weak heart.
We can too.
Makes me feel very dizzy. Where is everybody?
Right here.
Oh, I can't see. I think I'm going to faint.
Go ahead.
Water, water.
Hey! You!
Oh, Mr. Piney.
You caught her?
I caught her.
You hurt?
Nope.
You all right?
Yep.
You're out of breath.
You don't know how fast I had to move.
Where's she now?
Locked in a room. I promise it won't happen again.
Want some water?
Why, Mr. Piney, you're limping.
Got kicked.
Hard?
Hard enough.
She's like that when she gets confronted. I think, so sorry you've got to be leaving.
I come in the back,
You can go out the front.
left my boots. You know what?
No.
I like her. She's pretty.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the biggest fool of all?
Mrs. Turtle,
Yes?
are you all right?
Of course.
Well, I heard someone screaming for help. I thought someone was being murdered.
Oh, I can explain that.
You can?
Just give me a minute. Yeah, it was the TV. I was just watching television.
Well, that's funny,
Why is that?
because you don't have a TV.
That does make it a little more difficult. Actually, it was the radio.
Well, I'd been over a lot sooner to save you, but I was looking for my hat pin.
Your what?
My hat pin. No better weapon than a hat pin.
You were going to rescue me with a hat pin.
Saved my grandmother from rape more than once.
Saved her more than once, or she was raped more than once?
Lived in deadly fear of being raped. She carried chili powder with her, too, to throw in their eyes. You got any chili powder?
I have a can of chili in the kitchen.
Well, I'll lend you a hat pin. Now, how's your sister?
Exhausted.
I'd like to see her.
Oh, I'm afraid that won't be possible today.
I could cure her.
We have been to the best doctors.
Quacks.
Well, there really isn't science today that can help her.
Do you love her?
We're very close.
Then I'll cure her for you. I cured a mad dog, but we gotta wait till the moon is right.
And when will that be?
When those men stop walking on it.
Oh, well, I wouldn't want you to go to any trouble,
Oh, no.
or the government.
Oh, no trouble, no trouble. Now, when was she born?
Gemini, we're twins.
Oh, that's good. They respond better, yeah. Now I need a hank of her hair and some mugwort. Does mugwort make your sister sick?
It made me sick.
Oh, never mind, I know where it grows wild. I'll pick some.
I don't think she'll eat it.
Well, you don't eat it, you rub it on.
I don't think that will work.
Well, you want her to be normal, don't you?
Mrs. Wilcox, does a normal person want to be rubbed with mugwort?
Call me Willa.
Willa?
Now, does she cut her nails or do you?
Both. I do fingers and she does toes.
Well, I'll need some clippings.
I think we've thrown them all away.
Well, cut some more. Thursday's gonna be a good day, if there's an eclipse. And don't forget about that hank of hair I need, and don't wash it. That's important. Now, what are you doing with that axe?
Cracking nuts.
Did you cut yourself?
No, why?
Well, there's blood on it. You save a smear for the mugwort. Works miracles. Now I'll be back.
That is it. This is just no more. No more. I wonder if I can dig a moat with a trowel. Oh, she forgot her hat. And she knows I'm here. Just a minute. Come in.
We just met Willa May.
She told us. Well, that is, she told Cora. She doesn't speak to me.
Told you what?
Don't let her do it.
Did she tell you she cured a mad dog?
Bet she didn't tell you about all the others that died.
Oh, did she mention juniper berries?
Just mugwort.
Oh, she's always experimenting with weeds.
Don't let her touch your sister.
Because we know the only person that can really cure her.
Who?
Brother Leviticus. That's who. You wouldn't believe the people he's cured by faith alone. Miracles.
You can say that again.
Miracles. And he's going to be here next weekend for a big town revival meeting.
He's the right hand of the Lord.
No medicine, no pills, no nothing. Just faith and prayer.
And a small contribution.
But ladies, you see, I think my sister's quite happy in the little world in which she lives.
Well, we've already taken the bull by the horns, dear. We talked to Brother Leviticus.
It's all arranged.
Your sister's going to be cured in front of everybody in Beaver Haven.
And that cave.
Oh, I really couldn't allow that. Have her up on a stage?
Why not?
She's got a cold.
Oh, honey, he'll cure that too. I've seen him cure everything. Phlebitis, peritonitis, tonsillitis, hepatitis, laryngitis, meningitis, arthritis, even gastritis.
And flatulence.
Well, it would take a lot more than a miracle to cure my sister.
Well, we've already met with Brother Leviticus, darling.
We're not going to let you sacrifice yourself any longer.
So you and your sister are just gonna have to show up on Saturday.
Maybe you've got something he can cure too.
I'm sure I do.
You know, it is the most inspiring thing when I see Brother Leviticus up there above the lame and the halt. His Bible in one hand, his snake in the other.
It's a snake.
Well, like it says in the Bible.
Where does it say that in the Bible?
They shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them.
Luke.
Doesn't say that in my Bible.
Well, the proof is in the pudding, dear.
Pudding I'll take. A snake, no.
It's a very exciting spiritual experience. You'll just find yourself trembling all over.
Trembling I can believe. What kind of a snake?
Was it a rattler or a copperhead that cured my hiccups last year?
Water moccasin.
Oh, yep.
You do make mugwort sound very good.
Well, we'll see you and your sister on Saturday.
Well, unless Willa May gets mad at you.
Goodbye.
Mrs. Frankenstein, we have created a monster. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. Luke. Well, dear, dear Sister Sadie, I think it's time to bury you in the backyard. I think your time is over, dear. But I know wherever I plant you, no tomatoes will ever grow.
Lady! Ooh-wee!
What is it? Who are you?
Piney?
Oh, I didn't recognize you. Did somebody die?
Nope.
Well, what are you all dressed up for? Where are you going?
Here?
But I don't need any more manure.
I come sparking.
Did you say sparking?
Is Sister Sadie here?
Oh my goodness. You come calling on my sister.
I sure liked her.
And you brought flowers.
Swamp lilies.
And you got all dressed up and you Smell of,
Vanilla.
oh, and you brought candy.
Whorehound.
Not sure that's a compliment, but maybe to some people.
Sure did like her.
You know, Mr. Piney, my sister's a little bit odd.
Not to me.
Well, I'm sorry you've gone to all this trouble with the vanilla and everything, but you can't see her.
Why not?
She's away.
Away where?
In Boston. I didn't think they'd notice the difference there.
Is she coming back?
No, actually, I had to put her in a home.
Who's home?
Well, more of a hospital where they could take care of her. I am sorry you've gone to so much trouble.
Is she coming back?
No.
Took a bath.
And washed away all those vitamins.
Picked lilies.
Perhaps someone will die.
Do you like whorehound?
I can try.
Made it myself.
Well, let me give you something for it. What do you think would be fair?
2 bits.
Okay. Without the
Without the box.
How much with the box?
Dime for the box. 2
Okay.
bits for the candy.
Okay, well, let's see. That makes my sister worth 35 cents. I'll give you $1. That'll cover all the vanilla. I didn't realize you found my sister so attractive,
Sexy.
said the old woman as she kissed the cow, to each his own.
Nice behind too.
Really, Mr. Piney?
Firm.
Well, thank you. I mean, thank you for her. I mean, I'll tell her when I see her.
When will that be?
The next time I visit.
Can I go with you?
Oh, no, it's not allowed. Only relatives. And you'd have to take another bath.
Who's that?
Piney,
Somebody dead?
he's come a-sparkin'.
You?
Oh, no, my sister.
George Washington Piney, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Why?
Well, everybody knows she's atompated. Oh, you smell awful. What have you been rolling in?
Vanilla.
He smells like cake.
He's gone to a lot of trouble.
Well, don't you let him come courting your sister.
Oh, I'm taking care of it.
We just met with Brother Leviticus, and he wants to see your sister before the meeting.
Well, there's a teensy-weensy little problem. Come in.
What are you two doing here?
It's a free country.
Hello, Willa.
Who's that?
Piney.
Somebody died?
The old Piney we know and love.
Well, he looks like he's ready to be laid out in his coffin.
So do you.
Don't you sass me.
Careful, she'll stick you with pins.
Now, I came over for you know what.
No, what?
What I told you, a hank of your sister's hair.
What for?
Cat's fur to make kitten breeches. Now, I need to have that tonight if I'm going to cure her because the moon is right.
Oh, you're going to cure her.
I'm not speaking to you.
Well, I'm going to speak to you. If anybody's going to cure her, it's going to be Brother Leviticus, not you.
You mean Brother Satan? I've got twice as much power in my little finger.
Wrong finger.
We've already met with Brother Leviticus.
I've already picked my mugwort.
Well, she promised her sister to us.
After
Please.
promising me.
Just, ladies, please. I hate to say it, but My sister is no longer with me.
The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away.
Amen.
Oh, the poor lost thing. When did it happen?
No. You see, she was having some trouble, so I sent her to a home.
Well, why didn't you tell me? What am I going to do with all that mugwort?
I'll take it.
This isn't going to make Brother Leviticus very happy.
I'm sorry, but she was having so much trouble getting settled in, I just had to call someone.
Well, where is she now?
Boston.
How do you know?
I asked.
Heathens. They burned witches in Boston.
Well, how am I ever going to face Brother Leviticus now?
Rented a carnival snake, too.
I am sorry for all the trouble. Why don't we all sit down and have some tea?
Might as well.
Tea? Scotch.
Tea?
Tea, I'll read the leaves.
Tea?
Sarsaparilla.
All right, the water's hot. It'll just take a minute. Like having a party.
Anybody need any manure? I just thought I'd ask.
You know, it's funny. She sent her sister away awful sudden like.
Guess you just don't trust us.
I've never seen anybody come or go.
Me neither, and I live catty-cornered.
Do you think she's still upstairs?
I don't know, I'll go look.
Spry. For her age.
Nosy too.
Well, it does seem a little strange. Cora, did you think she was acting funny?
Ha, funny or just funny?
Why do you suppose she had those chairs up against the door when we first got here?
I was going to ask.
If you ask me, there's something fishy going on here.
You think there's something fishy?
Well, I just said so.
Well, you said to ask.
Guess what I found?
What?
I'm not speaking to you, you're Pisces.
What?
Nothing.
Nothing?
She's not up there.
Well, if she's not here and she didn't leave, then where is she?
You mean?
Well, I didn't say it.
Say what?
Her own words were, I sent her away.
Oh, Reba, no.
And then she said she's no longer with me. Now you know what that could mean.
Murder. I heard her sister screaming for help myself. She was screaming, I'm being murdered! I'm being murdered! Too late. I ran over here, but too late.
Oh, but they were sisters.
I saw her bury a box in her backyard yesterday. I just happened to be looking out with my spyglasses.
How big of a box?
Not so big.
Well, she was bigger than that.
Not if she was cut up in little bitty pieces.
Donnie, have you ever left your axe here?
Yesterday.
I saw it, and there was blood on it. She chopped her up in little pieces.
Don't say that.
She chopped her up in little pieces.
Whack, whack, whack.
You don't know.
I read her palm, and there was murder in her left hand.
No one's safe.
Oh, and Willa said she heard her scream for help.
I did. I raced over with my hat pin, but too late.
Oh, that poor woman must have been driven out of her mind. Well, quick, we've got to get the sheriff. It's our Christian duty. Piney, you stay here.
Not me.
Oh, right in her own backyard.
Very unusual for a Gemini.
Hurry up, Cora, or else you'll be next. We don't want you chopped up in in little pieces.
You can say that again.
At 18, I married Hugh Hendricks, the actor. He'd been married 5 times before, but he wanted to make it an even half dozen. His other wives tried to warn me. They all tried to call me, but it was too late. I married him. And they said he likes to split everything. He sent me a bill for half the wedding flowers. Actually, the only thing we ever shared was closet space in the New York Times.
There she is, Sheriff. There. That's her.
Are you Myrtle Durrell?
Blood dripping from her fingers. Out, damn spot.
What are you talking about?
Where your sister at?
Cut up in little pieces.
What is this all about? What do you want?
Oh, just answer my question. Where's she at?
She's down in Boston.
Where in Boston?
At a place.
My God. Its name?
Its name. Just a minute. Lotus Land.
All right, Reba, give me Boston on the phone.
You can't call, they don't have a phone. What is this about?
I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to come down to the jail with me now.
What for?
Well, suspicion of murder.
Who?
Your sister.
Poor little bird with the broken wing.
Birdie too.
You've got to be kidding. I can explain all this. I wanted time to myself. Everyone kept bothering me, so I created a crazy sister. She doesn't exist.
Don't now.
Sheriff, we all saw her. She's real enough.
You never saw us together, did you? She was just a character I used to play as a girl.
We heard her voice upstairs while you were down here.
It was a recording. That was my voice.
All right, well, put on a tape. Let's hear it.
I can't. I erased it after I got rid of that sister character.
She confessed and destroyed all the evidence.
Look, I'll tell you the truth. I'm really Myra Marlowe, the TV actress.
And I'm Debbie Reynolds.
I came here so that I could write my autobiography and have some privacy. Haven't any of you seen Moonlight Mountain?
Sure, I seen it. Oh, but you don't look no more like Myra Marlowe than I do now.
Well, thank you for that, because the character I played on that was Grandma Gunter. Get out of my cabin, you little whippersnapper, before I sick my dog on you. Something like that. It was kind of a lousy performance.
I could do better.
Yeah, you buried a box or dig some in your backyard yesterday, didn't you, or whatever?
Manure.
No, but you buried a box, right?
Yeah, was your sister all cut up in it?
Yeah, was she in it?
Oh, that was just a silly thing. I buried some old costumes.
You can say that again.
It was just a theatrical gesture to end an episode in my life.
Piney, you better go dig up that box and find out what's in it.
Yeah, Piney.
It was just a theatrical gesture to emphasize to end an episode in my life.
This is just the worst scandal we have ever had in Beaver Haven.
Well, except for the Becker boy and the turkey.
Would you, like a lawyer?
Oh, no, I can handle this. I just have to call my agent, Tom Lamont. He'll vouch for me. He'll tell you I'm Myra Marlowe.
All righty. Where I reach him at?
Oh, you can't. He's on his way back to the coast.
The moving finger writes, and having writ moves on.
All right, now, first you said you're your sister. Then you say you're somebody else. Look, woman, I don't care who you are if you've killed somebody, because we don't cotton to people killing people here in Beaver Haven. Honey, don't you just stand there now. Say something.
She's dead, all right.
You found the body?
Just her scalp.
Oh, you backwards bumpkin. That's a wig.
Well, here. Where's the rest of her at?
There is no rest of her. It's a wig.
Well,
Look inside. There's a tag. Says Sears Roebuck. You won't find that on a scalp.
suppose there ain't no skin on it or nothing, you know.
She peeled it.
Well, Piney, you go out and dig some more.
You dig up my tomatoes and there will be a murder.
Dig until you find a head.
Yeah, or a body better. Go on.
Oh,
can't-
I think I'm gonna faint.
Have a drink.
You can't find a head because I'm wearing it.
Sheriff,
What?
can I have her scalp?
No, evidence belongs to the state. Huh. Well, Miss Dirtle, I think you would best come along with me now.
Just let me make a phone call. I can straighten this all out.
All right, you get one phone call, but you make it from the jail.
From jail?
Mm-hmm. Now you coming peaceably?
If you arrest me, I promise you, I will sue this township for every cent it's got.
Well, that ain't gonna be too much money now.
You are entering the disaster area here.
Piney, grab her. I'm making you a deputy.
CBS sent me back. Oh, giving a party?
Oh, Tom, con in and bring your rope.
The heck are you?
Jack the Ripper, who are you?
Leave it to you, Tom, to say the worst thing at the right moment. How do you get so many feet in one mouth?
You know this woman?
Of course.
What's your name?
Dora Dean, blonde detective.
Oh, God, somebody here has got to be somebody.
Until we find a body.
Now, let's start with you. What's your name, sir?
Puddin' and tame. Ask me again and I'll tell you the same.
I'm being accused of murder and you clown?
Who's been murdered?
Sister, they think I killed my sister. My crazy sister. Come on, Tom, tell them who I am.
You want to know who she is?
Whoop. We're waiting.
She's a nut. But she's the best actress in the business. I should know. I've represented her long enough. She couldn't kill anything bigger than a bug. Haven't any of you ever seen her assist Sadie or Grandma Gunter?
Don't forget baby John.
All right, well, why'd you pretend you was twins?
I told you I kept being bothered. I just wanted a little privacy.
And after I baked you a pie, and even wrote your name in dough.
And that is so insulting.
I'm sorry.
Look, sweetheart, it's simple. Record your voice, put on your wig, and show them.
Sister Myrtle! I got my door unlocked. I got out. That should do it.
Mr. Myrtle.
Yeah, leave me alone. It caused me enough trouble.
I got my door unlocked. I got out.
Then jump out the window. Satisfied?
Are you ladies and gentlemen convinced?
Oh, I knew who she was all along. I seen it in her hand.
Well, you really are Myra Marlowe then, aren't you? What? You know, I've watched you since I was about that high.
Give me back my wig.
Do it again.
You know, I knew you must be somebody. I said to myself the moment I met you,
She must be somebody.
Do you think I could maybe trouble you for an autograph from my wife?
What do you want me to autograph? Your shorts?
Folks, this has been a trying experience for Miss Marlowe. I'm sure she would appreciate being left alone now.
You must know everybody who is somebody. Tell me, is Burt Reynolds really impotent?
As far as I'm concerned.
Who's Myra Marlowe?
Take my sister's scalp.
Still like the simple life?
Tom, I was never so glad to see anyone when you walked in that door.
Then why don't you come back to the coast with me and play house?
What happened to your whistling blonde?
Married a Navajo cattle king? Imagine what you could have had me.
I couldn't cheat you, Tom. You want a young tomato who will give you children.
Well, without the bigger boy.
You know I adore you. But let me think about it.
All right, I'm not unreasonable. I'll give you 3 minutes.
Oh, Mrs. Durdo, I was just talking to the sheriff, and he told me the truth. And I thought you ought to know since you live here now. It wasn't a turkey, it was a duck.
You see, they're as crazy here as they are in Hollywood.
You can say that again.
You see, they're as crazy
Oh,
here.
never mind. At 18, I married Hugh Hendricks, the actor. He'd been married 5 times before, but he wanted to make it an even half dozen. His other wives tried to warn me. They all tried to call me, but it was too late. I married him. And they said he likes to split everything. He sent me a bill for half the wedding flowers. Actually, the only thing we ever shared was closet space in the New York Times.
There she is, Sheriff. There. That's her.
Are you Myrtle, Durl?
Blood dripping from her fingers. Out, damn spot.
What are you talking about?
Where your sister at?
Cut up in little pieces.
What is this all about? What do you want?
Oh, just answer my question. Where's she at?
She's down in Boston.
Where in Boston?
At a place.
My God. Its name?
Its name. Just a minute. Lotus Land.
All right, Reba, give me Boston on the phone.
You can't call. They don't have a phone. What is this about?
I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to come down to the jail with me now.
What for?
Well, suspicion of murder.
Who?
Your sister.
Poor little bird with the broken wing.
Birdie, too.
You've got to be kidding. I can explain all this. I wanted time to myself. Everyone kept bothering me, so I created a crazy sister. She doesn't exist.
Don't now.
Sheriff, we all saw her. She's real enough.
You never saw us together, did you? She was just a character I used to play as a girl.
We heard her voice upstairs while you were down here.
It was a recording. That was my voice.
All right, well, put on a tape. Let's hear it.
I can't. I erased it after I got rid of that sister character.
She confessed and destroyed all the evidence.
Look, I'll tell you the truth. I'm really Myra Marlowe, the TV actress.
And I'm Debbie Reynolds.
I came here so that I could write my autobiography and have some privacy. Haven't any of you seen Moonlight Mountain?
Sure, I seen it. Oh, but you don't look no more like Myra Marlowe than I do now.
Well, thank you for that, because the character I played on that was Grandma Gunter. Get out of my cabin, you little whippersnapper, before I sick my dog on you. Something like that. It was kind of a lousy performance.
I could do better.
Yeah, you buried a box or dig some in your backyard yesterday, didn't you, or whatever?
Manure.
No, but you buried a box, right?
Yeah, was your sister all cut up in it?
Yeah, was she in it?
Oh, that was just a silly thing. I buried some old costumes.
You say that again.
It was just a theatrical gesture to end an episode in my life.
Piney, you better go dig up that box and find out what's in it.
Yeah, Piney.
It was just a theatrical gesture to to end an episode in my life.
This is just the worst scandal we have ever had in Beaver Haven.
Well,
Except for the Becca boy and the turkey.
Would you, like a lawyer?
no, I can handle this. I just have to call my agent, Tom Lamont. He'll vouch for me. He'll tell you I'm Myra Marlowe.
All righty. Where I reach him at?
Oh, you can't. He's on his way back to the coast.
The moving finger writes, and having writ moves on.
All right, now, first you said you're your sister. Then you say you're somebody else. Look, woman, I don't care who you are if you've killed somebody, because we don't cotton to people killing people here in Beaver Haven. Honey, don't you just stand there now. Say something.
She's dead, all right.
You found the body?
Just her scalp.
Oh, you backwoods bumpkin. That's a wig.
Well, here. Where's the rest of her at?
There is no rest of her. It's a wig.
Well,
Look inside. There's a tag. Says Sears Roebuck. You won't find that on a scalp.
suppose there ain't no skin on it or nothing, you know.
She peeled it.
Well, Piney, you go out and dig some more.
You dig up my tomatoes and there will be a murder.
Dig until you find a head.
Yeah, or a body better. Go on.
Oh,
can't.
I think I'm gonna faint.
Have a drink.
You can't find a head because I'm wearing it.
Sheriff,
What?
can I have her scalp?
No, evidence belongs to the state. Huh. Well, Miss Dirtle, I think you would best come along with me now.
Just let me make a phone call. I can straighten this all out.
All right, you get one phone call, but you make it from the jail.
From jail?
Mm-hmm. Now you coming peaceably?
If you arrest me, I promise you, I will sue this township for every cent it's got.
Well, that ain't gonna be too much money now.
You are entering the disaster area here.
Piney, grab her. I'm making you a deputy.
CBS sent me back. Oh, giving a party?
Oh, Tom, come on in and bring your rope.
The heck are you?
Jack the Ripper, who are you?
Leave it to you, Tom, to say the worst thing at the right moment. How do you get so many feet in one mouth?
You know this woman?
Of course.
What's her name?
Dora Dean, blind detective.
My God, somebody here has got to be somebody.
Till we find a body.
Now, let's start with you. What's your name, sir?
Puddin' and Tame. Ask me again and I'll tell you the same.
I'm being accused of murder and you clown?
Who's been murdered?
Sister, they think I killed my sister. My crazy sister. Come on, Tom, tell them who I am.
You want to know who she is?
Well, we're waiting.
She's a nut. But she's the best actress in the business. I should know. I've represented her long enough. She couldn't kill anything bigger than a bug. Haven't any of you ever seen her assist Sadie or Grandma Gunter?
Don't forget baby John.
All right, well, why'd you pretend you was twins?
I told you I kept being bothered. I just wanted a little privacy.
And after I baked you a pie, and even wrote your name in dough.
And that is so insulting.
I'm sorry.
Look, sweetheart, it's simple. Record your voice, put on your wig, and show them.
Sister Myrtle! I got my door unlocked. I got out.
That should do it.
Sister Myrtle.
Yeah, leave me alone. It caused me enough trouble.
I got my door unlocked. I got out.
Then jump out the window. Satisfied?
Are you ladies and gentlemen convinced?
Oh, I knew who she was all along. I seen it in her hand.
Well, you really are Myra Marlowe then, aren't you? What? You know, I've watched you since I was about that high.
Give me back my wig.
Do it again.
You know, I knew you must be somebody. I said to myself the moment I met you,
She must be somebody.
Do you think I could maybe trouble you for an autograph from my wife?
What do you want me to autograph? Your shorts?
Folks, this has been a trying experience for Miss Marlowe. I'm sure she would appreciate being left alone now.
You must know everybody who is somebody. Tell me, is Burt Reynolds really impotent?
As far as I'm concerned.
Here's Myra Marlowe.
Take my sister's scalp.
Still like the simple life?
Tom, I was never so glad to see anyone when you walked in that door.
Then why don't you come back to the coast with me and play house?
What happened to your whistling blonde?
Married a Navajo cattle king? Imagine what you could have had me.
I couldn't cheat you, Tom. You want a young tomato who will give you children.
Well, without the bigger boy.
You know I adore you. But let me think about it.
All right, I'm not unreasonable. I'll give you 3 minutes.
Oh, Mrs. Durdo, I was just talking to the sheriff, and he told me the truth. And I thought you ought to know since you live here now. It wasn't a turkey, it was a duck.
You see, they're as crazy here as they are in Hollywood.
You can say that again.
You see, they're as crazy
Oh,
here.
never mind.